She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy Gazpacho.
Forbes can take a lame gorilla, okay?
Advice, did you know that Arsenal died?
He's got me buzzing.
Up the talkies. It's hard to up them anyway.
I'm not even gonna comment on that. But in terms of the clout matchup, the toilet bowl of sorts, boy, do we have one of those this weekend. We have Manchester United versus Chelsea. And for a good amount of this season, we have debated which one is actually better. Manchester United is certainly doing a lot better in the table, 6th versus 12th.
Oh.
Off of play, I don't think either of them make you say, oh, they are definitely better. I don't feel comfortable saying that Manchester United are the better side here. What do you see out of this one? What do you want to see out of this one?
I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. I think it's going to be an interesting watch and a fun one to talk about afterwards. I was telling Trace a little bit earlier. I actually rewatched. I don't catch much of the Chelsea Burnley game outside of the highlights. I rewatched it this morning before some of the other kickoffs. Spring break, by the way. Don't got to work this week. Living a life. So
Full-time podcaster.
Full-time podcaster. Chelsea are a weird team, bro. They're 12th. Some attacking play and patterns is really, really good. Cole Palmer specifically is having a great year, obviously, 21 goals and assists in the Premier League. But he's given license to kind of do whatever he wants. He's full of confidence. He's doing whatever he wants. No one in that front four defends for Chelsea, so they're just always getting ripped apart. That midfield for costing, 250 million British pounds, sucks.
Who's counting?
Like, they are horrible. They're just not good. Enzo, for my money, is the most overrated footballer in the world. He's good, but people talk about him up there with like Jude Bellingham. Like that's an insane take. Moises Caicedo, he's just so inconsistent. He does things well, but he can't be a lone six. Conor Gallagher is captaining this Chelsea side. Are you kidding me? There's a real lack of leadership. There's a real lack of focus. Back line isn't great. I don't know. There's just, it feels like they have good players in a lot of different spots, but there's no cohesion. They're not an actual team. They're good at attacking, which honestly, based on some of the injuries, and I'm sure Tracy will talk about for Man U, might be enough to get something out of this game. But to me, they're just not even a real team. They're just kind of a collection of individuals. They are very entertaining to watch. I will say that. They are a fun watch, which I think is going to make for a fun game.
Yeah, I have noticed they do almost show glimpses of what maybe Pochettino was trying to get them to do in terms of well-worked attacking movement, just sometimes not at all the final ball. But I do think that, I believe Pochettino said that sometimes they just pass it to Cole Palmer and he'll figure out what to do.
Which has happened.
That's not maybe exactly the greatest tactic to have, but Cole Palmer has had quite the season here for Chelsea in that role of just kind of trying to carry them along. And go ahead, Nick.
I thought, in that game, I thought when Sterling came on, he looked really good. He had a beautiful assist to Palmer to take the 2-1 lead before losing it to the 10-man Burley 3 minutes later. Again, just lack of leaders in that locker room. I thought Mykhailo Mudryk played very well. Some good saves by the Burnley keeper, Muric or whatever. I know Trafford wasn't playing. Even Nicholas Jackson, like, he gets in dangerous positions. He just can't finish. It's not just Cole Palmer who is being effective in the final or threatening in the final third. It's just none of them outside of Cole Palmer has any finishing touch to them. So it's weird. It's weird. They actually, when you compare them, Cole Palmer has 21 goals and assists. That's the same as Bukayo Saka. Sterling, I believe, has 10. Nicholas Jackson has 12. Yeah, Nicholas Jackson has 12. Odegaard has 12. Saka has 21. And then Havertz and Declan Rice both have 11. It's like similar numbers. It's just, again, I think they have good individuals. It's just not a team. And when that's the case, that's the manager's fault, which means get the manager the hell out of there this summer and find someone who can do something with these pieces.
Yeah, I think you touch on a big point there. They, in a lot of these games, have almost thrown some points away. Burnley, obviously, being that most obvious example, where that is 2 points that you absolutely flushed down the toilet if you're Chelsea that you should have had. I think, yeah, like you said, they don't seem to have the consistency to play the nice moves 90 minutes. It is every once in a while. It's flashes, but that comes down to the man leading the charge. You have to have either a captain or a manager that can get the troops to focus for a full 90, or else you are going to be dropping points in this league. Mike, Manchester United, they have been able to kind of do the opposite. They have not shown that many flashes of anything amazing. I have not been impressed by the way they played. And they are the ones that, despite that lack of good play, end up getting the results and getting consistently decent results. What do you see happening here for Manchester United? It's not a Brentford. Brentford just got 31 shots. This is a better, more talented team. What do you see happening to Manchester United here?
I think it's going to come down to the personnel quite a bit. I think Ten Hag butchered that midfield choice against Brentford, having McTominay play next to Kobbie Mainoo in the pivot position. Neither of them are particularly good at shielding a defense. Neither of them are really central defensive midfielders.
Pause. Hold on. It was 10 days ago that you were telling me that Kobbie Mainoo is a shield. Why don't we play Kobbie Mainoo at the 6 in England so that Declan Rice can go further forward? You are a fraud, my friend. What are you talking?
No.
You can't. You're right
He's an
today.
18-year-old.
You're right today. But out of nowhere, you're just abandoning your takes from a week ago? Come on.
I'll
Think
address
about
this
our
quickly,
true fans.
and I'll get back to it. Yes. I did say that I could see him playing the 6 at some point. But as an 18-year-old in the Premier League, only playing half of a season, really, that's a lot to ask for when you have Scott McTominay next to you. It's not Declan Rice, right? That's the difference. Come on, let's be honest here. That's a big change in skill level.
What are you trying to say about Scott McTominay?
He's
I'm
a
not
striker
saying you're wrong,
playing
brother.
at the center of the park. That's what I'm saying. But
I'm not
what I
saying
need
you're
to
wrong.
say-
I'm saying you're fake.
Okay, fake maybe, but I'm not a Man U fan, so that's what it is. Casemiro needs to start this game. He came off the bench against Brentford, and no, they didn't start playing phenomenally, but they played better. So he needs to be the anchor, let Kobe go a little bit forward. He could dominate against his Chelsea midfield. He operates in those tight spaces really well, and I don't think either Moises or Enzo will be able to play him that effectively. So that's what I want to see in the midfield. The defensive options are really alarming for Man U. Lisandro Martinez subs into the game against Brentford, goes down in practice, I think, today with another injury, so he's out. Victor Lindelof's out. He's not a great player, so not a huge loss. Varane, something about a concussion possibly. He mentioned concussions throughout his career today, adding up, affecting him. So I'm not sure if he'll be out for this match, but he did have an injury scare. So that doesn't leave too many options at center back, right? You have Johnny Evans and who else?
Maguire.
Yeah, the man, the English captain. Can they put in a good shift? Yes, both of them can be great on their day, but not consistent. So it's a little bit worrisome. It gives me some fear that Chelsea could capitalize on that. The other thing that I think Man U could do in their benefit, I think this is a great game for Marcus Rashford to step up. Do I think he necessarily will? No, but this game suits him. He's playing on a flank that's occupied by Cole Palmer and Malagusto. Malagusto's best part of his game, going forward, and he's sure to do that. So they will leave some space behind. If Marcus Rashford could figure it out, make good runs, take good dribbles, be really direct as an attack, and maybe find Højlund or maybe find his own goal, Man U could have some success here. They need big players to step up, and they need to have the correct personnel in the midfield. I think that's their recipe for success here.
I think it's fully down to what attacker steps up, because I don't feel convinced by either of these defenses in any way. Whoever's on their day, I think, makes the difference here. Nick?
Really quick, is Kobbie Mainoo the best midfielder of the starting 6 for either side? Of like the 3 on either side?
I'd probably still give it to Caicedo.
He's been the most impressive for sure. He passes the eye test.
Better form as of late.
The eye test doesn't lie, and Kobe passes it for sure.
Sato didn't look good versus Burnley. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but he's been turning his season around. He's not been as shit as his start of the season. He's been putting in some decent performances here. So
That was a low bar though.
yeah, the bar it was very high off of the price tag, and then now it's gotten awfully low by his performances. I think we're starting to even out maybe a bit to where he should be.
Maybe.
But
One little piece of subtext here we didn't mention. Mason Mount, he's back and he scored last game.
It's Mount.
Can he get a goal against his old club? That's one to watch.
Is it at Sanford Bridge? Do
It
we
is.
know?
It's at the bridge.
Oh, imagine he celebrates.
I
Him
could
with a
definitely
shrug?
see him doing it.
There's a little-
He does the Cole Palmer. That'd be crazy.
That would be something indeed.